Hello my loves, what is up, what's going on, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is going to be a new pick a card reading, and the topic for today is the prediction for February of 2023. So yes, we are talking about what's going to happen, what's there for you for the next month. So if you're new to these kind of videos, let me guys give you a quick little rundown about how things work. Over here we have pile number 1, here we have pile number 2, and here we have pile number 3. So take a moment, pause the video if you like, and choose the pile or crystal you feel most drawn towards. After you're done doing that, you can scroll down in the description box where you will find the timestamp link to your specific pile. Then you can click on that and watch your group watch your prediction for February of 2023. So without further ado, let's just hop into today's video and see what's there for you for February of 2023. Hello my lovely group 1. So this is the pile that you chose, and this crystal is amazonite, if you wanted to know what this is. And without further ado, let's just hop into the reading and see what's there for you for February of 2023. So, group number 1. Over here we're having the Queen of Wands in reverse. Here we're having the Hierophant upright. Here we're having the Knight of Swords upright. And over here, the High Priestess in reverse. So, your February is going to be the month where you will start diving deep into yourself and where you will start getting to know yourself even better than you already know. We're having these two cards, these two major arcana cards, representing that this month is going to be big. You're going to be facing challenges that will allow you to grow and to become a better version of yourself. Now, when I'm saying challenges, it's not something that you can't handle, because you have the Knight of Swords here. Like, you know what to do. You take action in the direction that is most favorable for you. And this Queen of Wands here comes with the fiery energy of passion and also with the energy of bringing people together. Now, let's dive into each and every single card and get more details about what's happening here actually. So, starting off with this Queen of Wands. This energy, the Queen of Wands, embodies, that persona of a very outgoing person. This means that February is going to be the month for you in which you're getting outside of your shell. Lately, you have built this comfort zone and you've been struggling to get outside of it. It's almost like saying that instead of maybe going out, now I'm not talking about, going out and partying. I'm also referring to, chill things like getting out to grab a coffee with a friend or something like that, or going to the cinema to see a movie. Like, instead of going out more, you have chosen to stay in. You have chosen to stay in your room, in your comfort zone, watching Netflix and chilling. And on one hand, that's okay, because we also need time for ourselves, time to recharge. But you've been doing this for far too long, and right now you are stepping out of that comfort zone. You are starting to look forward to the future. You're starting to look forward to socializing and being there. And this Hierophant here, like right here next to the Queen of Wands, points that it's almost like you are teaching yourself again to have fun. You are teaching yourself again the value of friendship. You are teaching yourself again what it means to be connected with people, what it means to have someone to rely on, what it means to have your support group, which is amazing. This card lets me know that you've already done this. Like, you know that, but as time went by, you forgot all about it. You forgot, how to enjoy life and how to have fun. But everything will change this month because you are focusing more energy into this aspect of your life, because you are an outgoing person, you are a very vibrant person. Like, look at this card, look at this chica, how cool she is, right? This is you. This is you. And you are bringing out this aspect of yourself. This is the difference this month. You are not going to stay in bed and be like, oh no, that was me a couple of years back, I'm not going to be like that anymore. No, we are stopping with all that bragging. We are stepping into action. We're stepping into this Knight of Swords. You know, the Knight of Swords is a very spontaneous knight, and also a very brave knight. A knight that knows how to use its words. The same as Queen of Wands. Like, you might be a very good speaker, and you are stepping into your energy, into your talents, your traits of speaking and communicating. Maybe you haven't realized it yet, but the fact that you have been isolating yourself has hurt you more than you've realized, because you are a very sociable person, you are very outgoing, you express yourself a lot, and the fact that you didn't have someone to whom you can express your feelings, your day, anything, has affected you. But no worries, because this month you are going to be working on that, and everything will go so smoothly because you already know what you need to do. And this High Priestess truly represents how your inner wisdom will come out. You know stuff, you know how to do this, you know how to do anything you set your mind to. It's just a matter of getting more action and doing more things. I feel like this Knight of Swords truly represents the whole topic of February, which is getting into more action. Now, another thing that I've just noticed is that we both have the Hierophant and High Priestess, right? Like, these two cards deal with learning. The High Priestess deals with intuition and our wisdom that we hold deep inside of us. The Hierophant deals with what we've learned throughout life, and we can also talk about higher learning and institutions. It's almost like saying that you are a person that holds a lot of knowledge, but sometimes you don't know what to do with that knowledge. Where this month you're going to get into more action. Like, you will realize that you know stuff, you know a lot of stuff, and you don't, I mean, it's not like you don't need to learn more, it's just that your focus will shift into more action, like putting that information to good use, you know, like accumulating information, you know, with a measure, because so far you just accumulate information and there is like an overwhelm of information and you don't necessarily know what to do with that information. So this month will really give you the opportunity to put that information to good use. Whew. It's quite an interesting month that you're having. And also, oh my god, and also now I'm seeing all these pillars. It's almost saying that you have foundation. You've built a very strong foundation in what you want to achieve in your life. The problem is that you need more action. And you know, when you see this card, you can say that you are standing in your own way of happiness for some reason or another. It's like you feel the need that you need to know more and then start doing stuff. But it's actually the other way around. Like, you know something, like you know this information, you go and do something with this information. The more you find a way to pour action into also that small information that you've just learned, this is how you will sediment the information, and this is how you can do something more sustainable. Like, don't wait, just do stuff. Also, if you don't know everything like to perfection, it doesn't matter, because let's say you've read a book, right, and you've got something like 60%, let's say maybe 70% of the information that you're searching for. Now the rest 25%, like that's the information that you learn through experience. So what I'm trying to say, that you need more experience, and information can also come from experience, especially that kind of information is filtered to your own personal experience, so it's very personal to you. It's almost like saying someone telling you that, okay, in order to let's say lose weight, right, you need to do that, and that. Okay, and you're doing that, and that, but still you're not seeing the results that you're hoping for. And then you start to get more personal and start to dive more into, okay, what's working for me versus what isn't. I know this example was so random, but this is the whole idea that I'm trying to get with these cards. Now, moving on, we are still having more cards, so let's get into them. Oh my god, it's time to take action. So what have I been talking about, right? It's time to get into more action. And here we're having, you're very close to achieving your goal. Oh my god, gibbous moon, this is so powerful. So maybe you haven't seen the results that you were hoping for, and this might have been very unpleasant, right? Because we want to see results on our work. But just because you haven't seen the results in the past doesn't mean that you won't see them in the future, which means that you're approaching those results that you wanted to see, and this is amazing. But in order to do that, you need to step into doing more action, as I mentioned before, and it's the same what I've been talking about so far. You want to see results, you need to put more action. So what, you don't know everything, so what, you don't know all the variables to your problems and stuff like that. These are things that will show themselves when the time is right. But in order for that to happen, you need to do your part of the job, and that is action. You need to do the action that, you know, it's required of you to get to that level in which, you know, you get that superpower, and that superpower is going to lead you to the next level. And it goes like that, you know. You cannot skip something and try to learn it from books and stuff like that, or maybe learning from others' mistakes. Like, that's a good thing because you can avoid certain scenarios. But if something is meant to happen, like something has to happen so that you can grow, well, I'm sorry, you can learn from thousands of people's mistakes. It's going to happen. Maybe because you know what happened to others, you will have a better reaction to your challenge, and you will know how to navigate the problem better and get over it quicker. But it's still going to happen. Like, you can't avoid it. You just have to go through it and experience it. And then that's life. It's all I'm going to say. That's life. Okay, this was so interesting. But yeah, let's get into these cards and see what's there for you. Okay, so we are having 4 cards here. We're having separation. Here we're having the peacock's tail. Oh, this is so pretty. Oh my god. Here we're having the red and white rose, and here we're having the reddening. Ooh, this is so interesting. This is so interesting. So starting off with this separation. So you need to separate yourself from your old belief systems, because these belief systems might be holding you down. So write down on a piece of paper, like, you can pause the video right now and do it. Write down on this piece of paper, what are your beliefs, like all beliefs that you have regarding money, relationship, career. Depends on what you want to manifest and what this goal is talking about. Like, write them all down, and then like go through each and single one of them and try to figure out which beliefs are your own and which beliefs came from your family or your friends. Which ones are toxic and which ones aren't, because some beliefs that we learn from others might be good beliefs, you know, that can diminish our toxic beliefs that we had from our parents or something like that. But I get that you know what I mean. And once you have, you know, a clear image in mind, you will see how things will become easier, because right now it's like you are pulling yourself in 2 different directions. You might have beliefs that are contradicting themselves, and this can make it very hard also to get into action, because you're being pulled in 2 different directions and you don't know which way to go, right? And also, like, your brain might be, you know, Where I'm coming from, we say your brain is like cabbage. But I'm not going to get into that, and I have no idea why I said that. Okay. But yeah, your brain is like scattered, and you need to put it in order so that it can function properly. Now, the peacock tail. This can also say that you have turned your back to something beautiful. And this can also be, I'm getting this feeling that this has to do with isolating yourself, because you've turned your back to your social life and things that make your soul vibrate and be happy. But you know, you've just turned your back to it. Like, you can always turn around and see that peacock's tail, because it's still there. It hasn't gone anywhere. Like, if you say that you parted ways with a friend of yours and you feel like, oh, I'm not going to call that person because it's going to be awkward and so on, you know, just grab that phone and call that person, because that person is going to be so happy that you are calling them. That person is going to be like, oh my god, I haven't heard you since, oh, God knows how many years. Yes, let's go grab a coffee, you know, catch up and stuff like that. Like, that person is going to be so happy, and it's going to be so excited to hear your voice. Like, that peacock tail, it's still beautiful. It hasn't gone, I don't know, I feel like saying rusty, but I know that the peacock's tail doesn't go rusty, but you know what I mean. It's still there, beautiful. Your friendships, like, you've built friendship that will last a lifetime. Those friendships are still there, okay? Now, the red and white rose. Like, this is such a beautiful card, because this embodies like the beautiful you that is inside. And this snake right there can talk about how this rose is going to become even more beautiful, because you are going to get to the next level. You know, you're going to start taking action. You're going to get into that situation where you will receive, you know, that superpower that I talked about. And that will allow you to grow even more. And that will allow you to get to this level and receive blessings that you didn't even believe that it's possible. You need to have more faith in yourself, more faith in the universe, more faith in your friends, because your friends want what's best for you, even though you might feel that sometimes people are out there to get you, but that's not the case. You are supported, you are loved, you are great. You just need more action. And this one, the reddening, right? This can also mean more action. It's so interesting that we're having this, and this, which point directly to action and doing something and, you know, getting your hands dirty. Like, this is the energy that I'm getting here in this group for February. So nice. Now, I also want to pull one of these cards. These are archetype cards. So see an archetype that you are going to embody this month. So let's see what's there for you. Oh boy. I'm just going to take this card that has turned. Ooh, so we are having the Arbiter. This is so interesting. It's almost like saying, as I mentioned with this card, that you are getting your mind in order. You are finding out your truth. You are going to become braver into taking the action needed to get to your truth. And the scales, like, we are talking about balance. You're going to set your life in balance. You are going maybe also to move your body more. Now I remember the example that I gave with weight loss. Maybe that's also a goal that you have. You're going to find a balance between physical exercise, the way that you've been learning and stuff like that, working on your career, relationship, friendships. You're going to find a balance in all of this. And when you do that, you will notice how your life is getting into more alignment, which is great. And also, you won't be afraid to stand high on a rock. You won't be afraid to step into your leadership. But when I'm talking about this leadership, I think that I'm talking more about a leadership over your life, and I'm talking more about you taking control over your life and over where your life is heading. This is so incredible. My lovely group 1, this February is going to be amazing. You'll see. Now let's pull some of these cards and see what else we're having. Okay. I also feel like this one wants to come out, and yeah, we are going to take this one too. So, ooh, we are having the ivy. Ooh, this is so nice. Here we're having the shell. This works so well with what I was saying about getting outside of your comfort zone, breaking the shell. And we are having wings. Yes, we are having them wings. We are growing them wings. We're flying high, and we are trusting in our own powers. Now, this ivy, I feel this one is so interesting because you know how the ivy can sometimes be seen as parasitic and almost as killing the tree when it goes around it. Well, I feel like in this case, this represents you getting rid of your toxic behaviors, getting rid of your toxic habits actually, and you stepping more into your mission, into your soul's calling, into your power. Now, the ivy has also a protective role, right? But you don't need that protection anymore. You don't need to stay in this comfort zone anymore. You've got yourself, and you've got lots of friends that want to see you succeed. So it's time to break that shell and see what amazing things can happen when you do that. It's about stepping outside of your comfort zone and taking flight, you know, flying to the next level and believing in yourself. Because things are happening in the background, even though you might not realize them yet. Things are happening for you. Only thing you need to do is to have more faith. This was so beautiful. Now, this is the last deck I'm going to be shuffling for. Ooh, and we are having effort affirmations. So, I know that a little effort goes a long way. I take step in the right direction, and I'm open to the abundant support flowing towards me. This is so self-explanatory, and you get where I want to go with this. I'm not going to start repeating myself because it's the same story about getting more action done. So yeah, write down that affirmation and try to repeat it as many times as you can, because it might help you get into action mode. Okay, last thing I'm going to do is shuffle these astro dice to get last info that we have for you for this February. So let's see. Ooh, oh my god, so we're having the first house of the self. Here we're having Cancer, and over here we're having Neptune. Woohoo! So your emotions will play a huge role. So the best you can manage your emotions, the more you will succeed. Now, when I'm talking about managing your emotions, this means that finding a balance, you know, about when you need to rest, when you need to do self-care, when you need to go out, when you need to be in action mode and hustling mode and stuff like that. It's about finding a balance. Now, know that you can always turn to the divine, because the divine is there for you and it's rooting for you. And this house of self means that you might be having some superpowers that you aren't even aware of. You might be very intuitive. Like, think back to moments where you had like a gut feeling, and think about the moments where you followed that gut feeling and where you didn't follow that gut feeling, and try to actually journal about this a little and see to what conclusion you may come, because you might find something very interesting and something that might push you forward. Alright, my lovely group 1, so this was your reading, this was your prediction for February of 2023. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and a subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this in the future. So I'm sending you lots of love and I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye! Hello, my lovely group 2. So this is the group that you chose. This is your pile of cards, and over here we're having some pyrite if you wanted to know what this crystal is. And without further ado, let's just hop into today's video and see what's there for you for this February of 2023. So my lovely group 2, over here we're having the Page of Cups upright, the Moon in reverse, the Universe upright, and the Five of Wands in reverse. Ooh, so this month is all about closing an old chapter. This is what I'm seeing the most. And also for things to become known, you know, for the unknown to get outside, and for secrets to get outside. There might be some secrets that you didn't know about, and these secrets have been holding you back. Like you couldn't close the chapter because there is something that was missing, and you know deep inside you that there is something that you didn't know about the situation or about the thing that you want to close this chapter on. This can deal also with maybe an ex. This can deal with a situation in which you were hurt. This can deal with some misfortune. This can deal with a lot of things. Think about a moment where you were really sad and you were hurt, like deeply hurt, and there's still something lingering there, like you couldn't fully get over it. And this month that thing will come out. Maybe you haven't thought about this situation for quite a while now, and it's like, okay, but why now? Well, that's what we all ask ourselves when certain things come to the surface and you're just like, oh my god, I haven't thought about that for so long, and right now it's coming to bite me in the ass. Well, yeah, this happens when we want to change, and we want to change ourselves for the better, and we want to grow. It's called growth. And this is an interesting thing what came right now. So relieving the situation from a love perspective, like try to imagine the whole situation, like play it again in your head, but now from a perspective of love and understanding, and try to see if you can find closure there. Maybe you will find out about that secret, or maybe that secret, it's something that someone else is going to tell you about just because you are talking about that situation. Anyway, it will bring closure, and you will finally be able to shine again and to focus on yourself more. And it's almost like saying that you want to go, you know, you want to live the present moment, you want to live in your future, but it's like someone there, it's still holding your hand. And you can't extend so much in the present moment in the future because there's something like still holding you back. But yeah, this February, no more of that. You're getting over it. Now, this Page of Cups can also point to your inner child and, you know, focusing more on things that bring you joy. Try to think of things that you were doing when you were a child and how those things were bringing that joy, you know, that spark, lightning that spark inside of you. And with this Five of Wands, we're talking more about how you are in a conflict with yourself. So that's why when we're saying that focusing on your inner child will help you get a fresh start, you know? Like, okay, all that has happened until now, it has happened for some reason or another. You had to go through that to grow, to learn stuff, and so on. But You don't need to carry your whole life this misery and this hurt and these emotions. You have the power. You have the power to let go of this grief. You have the power. Like the ball is in your court. The ball is in your court. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to keep it until you are old, and until you're going to think like, oh my god, I had so much power but I didn't do anything about it, and then we go into regrets? No. We are throwing away the ball. We are throwing away. Like, you can also make this exercise of imagining right now that you have a ball in your hand. Or if that's hard, then just go and grab a ball that you have and imagine like that ball represents all your hurt, all your grief, all the regrets that you had, and just pour all those emotions into that ball. And when you're ready, throw that ball. Throw it. Like, just throw it. Let it go from your hands. And just say in your head, okay, now I'm throwing this ball to go there where it's meant to be. I'm letting go of all these emotions that no longer serve me. This is a great exercise that you can do. And oh my god, right now I'm noticing how this woman has this light in her chest. This will mean that you are emptying your chest, which means that there is more room for good stuff, right? You might not have realized how much room these emotions were occupying in your chest. And maybe you felt how your heart was heavy. But you can do that exercise I told you about, and bam, you will feel much freer. Focus on your inner child, because that inner child needs nurturing. That inner child, this can also mean that you've neglected yourself because you chose to focus on things that for you it might have seemed that were important, but for your child, for yourself, for your soul, weren't that important. What's the most important here is your well-being, and your well-being, like nurturing that childish part of you, because that childish part of you can help you so much. All right, group 2. So yes, this February we are doing something big. We are actually changing our life, because we are closing an old chapter. We allow ourselves to receive something new. So that's huge stuff. Remember this when you're going through all this release, and know that everything is happening for your highest good. Everything is happening so that you can live your best life. All right, so let's get into our other cards and see what we have here. Ooh, confidence is your key to success, and here balance spirituality and practicality. Oh, this is so interesting. And this one goes so well with the crystal that you chose, because pyrite deals with our solar plexus and our confidence and so on. Now, the first thing I want to mention is that card, and this means that you might need some spiritual practice in your life. Maybe try meditating or journaling the first thing you wake up. If you're not a fan of spirituality and spiritual practice, start small. Like the moment you wake up, write 10 things you're grateful for. If you want something more, you can journal your thoughts, you can meditate. Like, pick one of those, or just if you want something different, then you can head on the internet and search spiritual practices, like easy to do in the morning, because this will help you through your healing process and through you also gaining back your confidence, you know. And this confidence talks also about how the more you trust yourself, the more you trust your gut, the more you have this confidence in your power, the faster you are going to set yourself back on the right track. Like, confidence is your key to success, because the moment you have this confidence inside of you, you are unstoppable. You will let go of this ball of negative emotions like so fast. Like you can't even realize how fast you will do that, because you will be confident in yourself, which means that you will want what's best for you. And what's best for you is having an easy heart and focusing your energy on yourself, because you matter. Not some past situation, not some person that decided to exit your life. Like that's closed chapter, right? And the more you focus on that, the more you spend your energy like in all these directions. But you need to spend your energy in yourself, and in yourself, because you matter the most in this situation. Now, let's shuffle some more cards and see what else we get for you. It's just so interesting what we are having here. And you know, growth, even though it's unpleasant, it will have like very good lasting results, and it will help you become the person who you want to become. I feel like these ones want to come up. Okay, so we're having 3 cards here. Ooh, so we're having Saturn. This is so interesting because also this card gave me the Saturn vibe. This is so interesting. Here we're having wise salt, purifying. Yeah, we are purifying, and sulfur. Ooh, this is so interesting. This is so interesting. So Saturn, you need to find what's restricting you and what is blocking you. There are certain blocks there, and those blocks don't allow you to see life from a different perspective. And these 2 cards talk a lot about purification, and this one also about, you know, getting rid of what no longer serve you. And it's so interesting that we're also having like these ball shaped object symbols, stuff like that. The point is, February, it might seem like a harder month because you have to go through this, but know that once you get through with this, you will become a new version of yourself. And this version of yourself can finally focus on how you can achieve your goals, how you can achieve your dreams, how you can achieve your best relationship, how you can pour more energy into better action that talks about you. This rainbow here means that you are divinely protected. And this one here, because yeah, it looks a bit scary, this means rebirth. So the braver you are, the more you're going to receive back, because you will have more space in your heart for blessings, because you will let go of all the stuff that no longer serves you. I feel that I'm repeating myself a lot, but I guess that these cards want me to let you know that it's okay. It's okay to cry. And the more you cry, the more you're going to release all those emotions. You can try also walking a lot, or doing cardio, because through sweat we are also letting go of toxins. It's almost like you need to go through this healing, this thing of refreshing yourself, because you've held on to these emotions for too long, and you don't want this to become part of yourself. I mean, it has already become somewhat part of yourself, but still you can let go of it. You have power, and you have all the tools and people surrounding you that can help you make this go even faster. All right, so let's shuffle this deck and see what else we have for you, group 2. I feel like this one wants to come out. So this one. Okay, one more. Oh, this was so smooth. But yeah, we're having the 4-leaf clover, meaning that luck is on your side. You are supported by the universe, and the universe wants to see you succeed. So there is no use being like, oh, but this is so hard, but oh, I can't do that, and stuff like that. You can do it. You can do anything you set your mind to. You are a powerful being. And you know, what we learn in society and so on can sometimes make us build limiting beliefs that we are not enough, we are not good enough. We always try to compare ourselves with others, but you are unique, you know, you are the 4-leaf clover, right? This is something that we find very rarely, but when we find it, we're just like, oh my God, the 4-leaf clover, we are lucky. But this is you. You are different. You're not like anyone else. Maybe you are more sensitive. So what? That's you. That's your trait. That's your beauty. That's the beauty in you, actually. So cherish your beauty and your uniqueness, because this is what's going to help you achieve more in life. Now we are having, the sunrise and the grass. This is so nice. The sunrise. So yeah, new beginnings, you know. I feel like after the half of February, you are going to find yourself in a situation where you can choose something for yourself and where you will be hit with something fresh, something new. Your energy, of course, your energy will change because you're going through this healing. And when your energy changes, well, then good stuff starts happening and you attract something that's on your energy level. You will attract something that's vibing the same as you because you are going to vibe higher, right? And this grass means that the beauty is all around you and you have everything that you need already. Grass can be sometimes so basic that we don't even notice. But when you think about it, if it weren't for grass, well, life would be so much different, you know? This can also mean becoming more grateful for what you already have in your life. Actually becoming aware of what you have in your life, you know, becoming aware of the grass. As I said, it's so basic, like we walk on the street and we see, you know, some greenery and we don't think anything of it. We just think that it's there and it's normal to be there. Like we've become so used to the idea that it's normal. But what if there were no grass? Right? It's weird, but this means that we need to become more grateful. Gratitude is a very powerful practice, and this gratitude can also help you dive more into your inner child. The moment you dive into your inner child, you'll see that all your problems were just like, you will be even like, why did I let these things hold me back for so long? Why didn't I see the beauty that's surrounding me? Well, you can journal on these things, of course, and come to your own answers, because those answers might surprise you. All right, so let me also pull an archetype card to see what archetype you're embodying this month. Okay, I feel like this one wants to come out. So let's see. Ooh, we are having the demon. Wow, we are fighting our inner demons. This is so powerful. This is such a powerful archetype. No idea where to place this, but hey. So we are fighting our inner demons. So what this means, we are not afraid to get down and dirty and to dive deep into what's inside of us. Let's take, for example, a person that appearance-wise looks healthy, happy, beautiful, looks like takes care of themselves, blah, blah, blah. But when you get to know that person and when you talk to that person, you realize that person has some issues, right? And that person is maybe someone that doesn't want to work with those issues. Well, that's their choice. It's our choice if we want to work with our problems, get over them, find closure and so on, or if we don't. And it's not pleasant. It's very unpleasant, and it hurts, and we cry a lot, and we don't like it. And we might even get sick because, of course, stuff like this can manifest themselves in our body. But this is the risk that we are willing to take to become better. And I'm just seeing lots of bravery with this card, because you will be brave enough to find closure to this problem. You are so brave that you want to choose yourself. And another thing that I'm feeling with this card is, tons of respect. Also respect for you, because you are taking this huge step, because things aren't going anywhere and you want something better for yourself. So you are just going to do it, slay your inner demons and actually notice how beautiful life can be when we feel lighter. Okay, so let's just pull this from this deck lastly to get an affirmation. Okay, mind and emotion affirmation. Ooh, inspiration affirmation. When I feel stuck, I know I can seek inspiration in a person, book, song, or poem. I allow this inspiration to awaken some part of me that was previously dormant. Ooh, I feel that you will find something in a person, book, song, or poem that will help you. It's will trigger all this chain reaction. And you will find at the end of the tunnel, there is the light of the end of the tunnel, of course, but you will find something. You will receive something of some sort of a blessing, something, a new trait, a new talent, something. You will receive something out of it, because you are doing all this hard work, and the universe will be like, ooh, he done that? Okay, great. Now let the presents flow. So lastly, let's roll these astro dices to get the last bits of info. Oh my god. Alright, so this fell on the floor, but I got it. It's the sun. Here we're having Sagittarius. And over here we're having the 8th house. Oh my god, this is so interesting, because we're having the 8th house of transformation. Ooh. Yes. So a lot of transformation with the sun, the self. We are changing ourselves. And Sagittarius, this is the zodiac that doesn't know any limit. It shoots for the star. And this is to not limit yourself and to not live in fear, because fear is something that we put ourselves. You can overcome fears, any fears. You can overcome anything, and you have the power in yourself to do anything you set your mind to, because you are at your core a spiritual being, and you are loved by the universe. Okay, so group 2, this was your reading, this was your prediction for February of 2023. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you like this video, and a subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this in the future. So I'm sending you lots of love, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Hello, my lovely group 3. So these are the cards that you chose, and this is the crystal that you chose. This is some angel aura quartz if you wanted to know what this is, and this is so stunning how it glows. Alright, so without further ado, let's just hop into today's video and see what's there for you for this February of 2023. Alright, so group number 3. Over here we're having the 6 of Swords in reverse, the 3 of Swords upright, the 8 of Cups upright, and the Ace of Swords in reverse. So, we're having a lot of swords, aren't we? Group 3, what have you been up to? Well, I'm not sure what you've been doing so far, but I can tell you how February is going to look like. And we are fighting our mind, and our mind is going to hurt our heart. It's almost like your mind wants to do something and your heart wants something else. So, what does this mean? Well, when they are contradicting themselves, they end up like this, right? But here, the last card, we're having the Ace of Swords representing we're changing our mindset a bit. And we are maybe finding in ourselves to accept more of our emotions and of what our hearts want. Okay, what are our heart's needs? So, starting off with this 6 of Swords. So, this card can point out that either we are traveling somewhere, or if we're not physically traveling somewhere in the month of February, at least we are traveling in ourselves. Yeah, you heard me. We are getting in ourselves, like doing shadow work and fun stuff like that. We are getting to know ourselves more, and our mind, because our mind is the trickster here. You know, I'm not saying that your mind is thinking bad. Your mind is thinking in your mind's way, in your way, because everyone is different in their own way. But your mind needs to accept more of your heart. And you will go through this thing where you are battling your mind and your heart, your emotions will end up being hurt. And you might even get mad at yourself, which is the worst case scenario, you know? We don't have to get mad on our own selves. This is a team. Your mind, your heart, this is your team. And they need to get along one way or another. Now, this 8 of Cups represents a compromise of some sort. It could be that your mind will stop putting so much stress and so much effort on your heart and on your emotion. You will stop feeling so guilty for the emotions you're feeling. And when you're going to do that, you will see that something new will be born. And this something new that's going to be born is a new mindset, a new perception. You will accept your emotions as they are. So what? Sometimes you are more sensitive. And maybe you are battling and struggling not to show it off so much. Well, I mean, there is no use doing that, because this is you. This is you, who you are at your core. And you can't change that. And the more you try to suppress your emotions, the more you're going to end up battling this thing again and again and again. And you will end up to no conclusion at all. You will end up being hurt, and hurt by yourself. So yeah, it's also about speaking your truth here. Like, you can do this visualization, visualize your mind and your heart like right in front of you. So your heart around your heart area, right, and your mind around your mind area. And imagine these two things as some light bubbles, or however it's easier for you to imagine them. And then, I know this will sound a bit weird, but imagine these two light bubbles coming close, but don't combine them, you know. Just have them come close in the first instance, and have them have a chat, you know. Have your mind talk with your heart. Have them have a makeup session, you know, like, okay, this is what I don't like about you, but still I like you that you're like that. And then your heart talking like, okay, I don't like this about you, and I don't like, you know, have them become friends again. And once you feel that they are okay, let them combine, you know. You would rather say, bring your mind in your heart and let your mind feel the love that the heart has to offer. Whew, now this was an interesting exercise, but yeah, do that. Do that because it would help you gain a clarity, and it will help you ease the tension that you're feeling. You might be feeling some tension in your body. You might be having some headaches, and you might even feel like your chest sometimes tightens. And try to see if this exercise will help you become stable again. So yeah, this was an interesting thing. And I'm also seeing with this card that your heart expanding. I think when things will become true and your mind and heart will talk to each other and be like the utmost truthful to each other, that's when things will be expanding. You know, through honesty, you gain something. You gain, of course, the knowledge of how other people feel and blah, blah, blah. But honesty builds trust. And this trust will make yourself as a whole being become stronger. And you see this river down here and also these mountains. So this can represent, like, the mountains represent hardship, but this river is very eerie, right? So you will open the flow to this river, and you might even feel the urge to be very creative. This can also be as an effect for your mind and your heart being in alignment again. And yeah, you might have a lot of creative urges. So follow up on that. If you feel like writing something, write it down. If you feel like creating something, create that. If you feel like anything, like painting, whatever, just do it. Because something great will come from this. Something great actually can build up to a new idea as well. Not only change of perception and mindset, but it can also build a new idea that you can use in the future, and who knows, maybe you can do something with it. Okay, so let's get into our other cards and see what we have here. Ooh, hold your vision. Wow. Ooh, don't let your past, I'll put this one here, don't let your past hold you back, the South Node. And here, a time for healing. Okay. So, yes. I feel like this one, we don't let your past hold you down. I feel like this unbalance of yourself has started way back in the past, something that you've been going through. And you might still be going through these emotions, to these thoughts, but that doesn't mean that you're stopping here, you know, like this is the end, like your whole life from now you're going to be like that. No, this is just in your mind. Again, we are talking about changing perception, changing the mindset. This healing that will happen in yourself, because yeah, it's this time for healing, this time for you to come back into alignment, into a state where you can attract abundance and great stuff in your life. This will allow for a chain reaction to occur. And this withhold your vision. This is such an interesting card, because maybe you've been having a dream. Maybe, this is so interesting what's coming up. So maybe your heart wants something, but your mind keeps on coming with things like, no, that's stupid, you can't do that, you will never achieve that. And it's kind of like pinning you down. Hold your vision, trust in your heart, because your heart is connected to your intuition, and your intuition sometimes knows something better than your mind. Now, our mind can sometimes represent ideas that we've learned throughout our lives. This includes also fears, limiting beliefs, and so on. But our heart is still pure. Our heart remains pure. Our heart is like, a 2-year-old heart. This is how you need to think about your heart, because your heart knows only one thing, and that is to love. Because through love, you can get over any hurdle. Love is the answer, and love is the answer in your situation too. Maybe you've been using your mind more, and this might have made you forget about the love thing, and how love can heal a lot, and how love can make wonders. So come back to that vision, come back to love, and let love be your driving force. Because love conquers all, right? And hold your vision. Trust your gut feeling. Trust your heart. Believe in your heart. Believe in that heart of yours, because that heart of yours only wants what's best for you. The heart only knows how to love. The heart loves you. The heart wants what's best for you. But the mind sometimes can also think about other stuff, like, let's say, income, how to make a living and stuff like that. And things become very tricky. Of course, it's great to have a balance between them too. But right now you've been going too much in your mind and less in your heart. And now you need to switch that up a bit to get a taste of your heart's beauty. And then you can get back into balance. This is how I'm sensing that things will go throughout February. So it's going to be a bit of an emotional month, but it will be good for you. It's a time for healing, baby. I'm sorry, but it's a time for healing and changing that mindset a little. Okay, so now let's shuffle from this deck and get more info for you, group 3. So let's see. Okay, let's see what we have here. These are too many cards, but let's take these ones. So we are having the Sun. Ooh. Here we're having Smoke and Jupiter. Ooh, this is so exciting. You guys, this is so exciting. We are having Jupiter, right? The planet of luck. Things will be going in your favor the moment you center yourself in your heart, and the moment you connect to the energies that are surrounding you. To do that, you can always go back to a spiritual practice such as meditation or journaling, because that will make this connection with your heart stronger. And the stronger this connection is, the easier it would be to tap into different energies that are surrounding yourself, and this energy will help you bring forth and manifest something in your life. Now this smoke right here can also talk about cleansing and protecting your energy, protecting yourself, and can also talk about regeneration in a way, because the smoke gets back into air, and at some point it will combine itself with air, and to the point where you don't see it anymore. Oh, this is so interesting. So yeah, your heart is the connection that you have with the universe, right? And the more you get your head in your heart, the more you are connecting yourself with the source, and the more you are channeling stuff in your life that can help you achieve greatness. Ooh, and also the sun. This talks about vitality, right? The sun, our source, our masculine side. I feel like doing more spiritual practices. I don't know why, but this is what I'm getting here, Focus more on that, because this will help you bring back into balance, and this will help you manifest more things in your life. Now, another interesting stuff that I saw here is that we're having these triangles here, here, and here, which means there needs to be a balance between your mind, body, and soul, or heart. Let's just go with heart. Mind, body, and heart. When you have this balance, you become unstoppable. You become unstoppable. You tap into the source, and you create stuff in your life. You create your future. You are the master creator of your future. This is so interesting. And you are always protected because we're having that tiny little rainbow there. So you are protected. You are very protected. It's like saying you are very blessed and protected, and you have lots of angels and guides surrounding you that can help you achieve anything. You just need to ask for their help because they are there for you. And you need to trust more in the power of the universe, because when you think back at it, you might believe that all that you've achieved in your life was because you worked hard and you did what you had to do. And that's partially right, because if you weren't doing any action towards something, you wouldn't have achieved anything. But there is this force that guides us, right? This force helps us be at the right place at the right time, so that we can have certain opportunities come in our life. So if you find a balance between your hard work and motivation and the flow, you can literally manifest anything you want in your life. You can become who you want. You can bring as much abundance as you want in your life. Like, your potential is unstoppable. Okay. Now let's see what else we have here for your group 3. So I'm seeing that February is going to be a very interesting month. It's about you learning how to trust your instinct. I feel like this one. Yes. It's about you learning how to trust your instincts more and to get out of your head a little. Ooh. So we are having the Thorn, this is so interesting. I feel like you have grown these thorns that are surrounding you, and these thorns, like, it's almost like saying that you feel like protecting yourself. You feel like protecting yourself from this energy, from the blessings that you have in your life. It's almost like you believe that bad things are happening to you, but that's not the case. The bad things that you go through, well, you need to go through that to learn, grow, change, etc. And those thorns, like, instead of growing those thorns and becoming unbalanced with what's surrounding you, like, have those thorns there to protect yourself from the things that you need to be protected, And now I'm hearing that maybe people that have bad intentions and certain energies that are toxic, like, those are the things that you need to protect yourself from. But you are protecting yourself from the source, and this can cause unbalance. Now here we're having the Spider. This totally defines you as a very hard work person. You work hard, you know how to put in the effort, you know what's important for you, and you're not afraid to choose yourself in different situations, which is great. Here we're having the Snake. This can also talk about you changing your energy a bit and reaching a higher ground this month, you becoming a better version of yourself, and you also learning how to flow, how to get into the flow of life. It's said that the great masters who know the laws of the universe know how to avoid certain scenarios because they know the right place at the right time, and they know how to attract that in their life. And I'm getting the sense that you're going to get a small taste of that will propel you into wanting to learn more about this topic and wanting to be more like that. Ooh, here we're having the Thistle. Now this one is so interesting. It's almost like having a fun approach. Maybe at first you were going to see this as more fun and not taking it serious, but the more you get deeper into this and the more you start to experience weird things that are happening in your life and you can explain why, well, that's the moment where you actually are going to become more serious into your spiritual practice. The cactus. Oh, this is so interesting. Meaning that, you know, you have these layers and you have this tough shell, but inside of that tough shell lies something beautiful. So you need to take off the armor that you put yourself and become more open to vulnerability, because emotions help you. Emotions aren't a bad thing, you know. And the wind, this one I see it more as how the universe is always working in the background for you and you might not even notice that, and how you're being protected. Now these were quite some cards. Let's pull archetype cards to see what archetype you're embodying this month. Oh my god, the Alchemist! Wow! So first of all, with this card, you are going to transmute yourself into something better, because this is what alchemists do. And you will learn how to create gold from something as basic as lead. Meaning that you will learn that you have the power to create any future that you desire. The more you open your heart to this, the more you're going to have this energy surrounding yourself, and you will have these energies that will help you achieve your future, achieve what you want. And it's so interesting that right here we're having hold your vision, right? So whatever dream you've been having or whatever you wanted to manifest in your life and you thought that it might be a bit stupid, well, these whole cards confirm that no, it's not stupid. Your dream, it's something serious and you need to become serious about it. And all of this, like, you're a hardworking person, you know stuff, you like, all of this make the whole story that you can do this. So if you want to start something new, February is your month. February is the month for you. February is the month where you will lower the voice of your brain and make louder the voice of your heart. And this will allow for something great, some big opportunity, some big change that's going to happen in the month of February. Now lastly, let's get an affirmation for you. Okay, now let's see. Ooh, effort affirmation. I know that a little effort goes a long way. I take steps in the right direction and I'm open to the abundant support flowing towards me. You see, this is self-explanatory. I'm not going to get into this. Write this down and try to read it as many times as you can during the day. It will help you also trust more into what's going on around you, and also it will open your heart. All right, so last thing I'm going to do is roll these astro dices and get the last bits of info for you guys. Ooh, so we're having Capricorn with Mars and house 10. So we're having the house of career. So maybe this whole thing can also point to a change that's going to come in your career, and where you need to become very focused and do a lot of action. Here we're having Capricorn. So yeah, Capricorn is very career oriented, but Capricorn is also very rigid zodiac that might sometimes think more with their mind than their heart. But if you get into that zone of thinking also with your heart sometimes, you will achieve great things. So yeah, you know what to do. You've got the power and you've got all the support that you need. So yeah, February is your month to start something new, something big, to hold your vision and to trust in your heart. All right, my love, so this was your reading, this was your prediction for the month of February of 2023. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you like this video, and a subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this in the future. So I'm sending you lots of love, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye.